IGA, we've got Easter specials that are special to you. Like the Country Chef Bakery Co. Pavlova, 500 gram, $4.99 each. IGA, you can't beat local at Easter. Offer ends Monday, April 21.
Run a business and not thinking about podcasting? Think again. More Americans listen to podcasts than ad-supported streaming music from Spotify and Pandora. And as the #1 podcaster, iHeart's twice as large as the next two combined. Learn how podcasting can help your business. 844-iHeart.
In a world of economic uncertainty and workplace transformation, learn to lead by example from visionaries like Shannon Schuyler of PwC and Will Pearson of iHeartMedia.
The good teacher explains, the great teacher inspires.
Don't always leave your team to do the work. That's been the most important part of how to lead by example.
Listen to Leading by Example, Executives Making an Impact on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
A quick note. This is episode 3 of a 6-part series. If you haven't heard the prior episodes, we recommend going back and starting there. It should also be noted that this series explores sexualized imagery involving minors and violence. Please take care when listening. Late one night, after a day of reporting in Levittown, I called Margie from my drive home, and she told me she'd turned up something big.
I told Olivia I'd found some people who were looking into the same website where the Levittown girls had appeared. They were halfway across the world, in New Zealand.
I was like, what? In my many years of covering tech for Bloomberg, I've had very few stories take me back home. To me, New Zealand is a little slice of paradise at the bottom of the world. The place where traffic jams and missing dogs make the nightly news. Now, Margie was telling me that women in New Zealand were also being harassed on the very same website where the Levittown girls were posted. And in New Zealand, the local cops were taking notice.
So, my name's Doug, I prefer Doug, but Douglas Nuku.
One of my sources introduced me to Doug, who's in his early 50s, tall, shaved head. He's a detective in New Zealand, stationed at the top of the South Island, in a small town called Blenheim.
No traffic lights in Blenheim, no traffic jams, no congestion of people or commercial buildings.
So is it, I'm just imagining, less crime there?
Not necessarily.
Doug is brusque and no-nonsense. He looks like he was born to play the role of cop. And in fact, he sort of was.
So, I'll put it out there. At 9 years old, my father left. Once my father left, basically our worlds fell apart in terms of structure and discipline and behaviour. My brothers fell hard. My brothers were into gangs and gang members, and so they fell straight into trouble, straight into prison. I went and saw them in prison once, and the first thing they said to me is, "Don't you ever come back here. Don't you ever come and see us again." And I basically left from there and
But Doug went the other way, into law enforcement. He's been on the police force for over 20 years now, working mostly on drug-related crimes. One day, in 2019, he got a call that changed his career.
So one day a colleague of mine phoned me and said, basically, I've got this friend of mine who's been bombarded with horrific photographs for several years, images of her face taken from social media sites. And on those images, there were often captions detailing how pretty she was and what would you like to do to her in terms of sexual preferences and violations. There were also images There were also images of her face with males erect genitalia or males ejaculating on her image and then reposting it back online. she had been to another police station to make a complaint, but due to capability and understanding, they didn't know how to deal with it. And she is at her wit's end to the point where she was potentially suicidal at one stage. Is there anything you can do?
Doug hadn't seen this level of online abuse, stalking, and harassment before. He needed to hear what happened firsthand.
So the first time I met the victim, I was obviously at work. It was late. Typically I'd set up a nice soft interview room where you sit on a nice soft couch, get a cup of tea. I would start off, try and get to know the person, try and build a nice, easy rapport really quickly. You want to make things as easy as possible. She was pretty apprehensive. It was a physical toll as well as a mental toll, and you could see it in her face when she was talking to me.
The woman, who was not willing to be interviewed and will remain anonymous in our series, recounted how her email inbox was constantly flooded with explicit pictures and violent threats.
She was able to provide some screenshots and information about what's been going on.
Every time she got these messages, she'd block the sender and take a screenshot, and she'd add it to her growing pile of digital evidence. Had you seen anything like that before?
No.
What went through your mind when she showed you those pictures?
Well, I'm a hunter. You have certain police officers that will wait for calls to come in, and then they'll go and respond to those calls. I like to identify myself as a person that will go and hunt people before they get a chance to do that sort of thing.
The pickup point is drive near the pickup point. It's on your route.
Hello mate, how are you?
Good, thank you.
No worries.
Oh, we've met before, I believe.
Oh yeah, how are you?
Good, thank you. You picked me up from Tornado.
Yeah, of course. Oh, it's nice that it's like it's very rare that I
Encounter the same person.
same person in just maybe one day. It's
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's good.
How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good, thank you. I just dropped another car. So
Yeah.
I do help some friends.
Yeah.
Taking care of the car.
Yeah. So what kind of customization or what?
Now, so one friend had an issue
Yeah.
with the car.
Yeah.
It's a Suzuki Liana.
Yeah.
I think it overheated once.
Oh, overheated. Okay. Yeah.
So I towed the car here.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's happening with the car. Let the mechanic check.
Yeah.
If it's
It's overheat. Yeah.
if it's the head gasket, then we would need to replace the engine.
Okay.
Otherwise,
Okay.
if it's some radiator thing, then it would be easier.
Yeah, probably radiator. Most like there is no problem with the air conditioning and the belts and those things. So normally, the air conditioning, sometimes.
Yeah, but the air conditioning is fine.
Yeah.
When the car was still running, I checked the aircon. It was still.
Yeah. Oh,
working.
it's still okay. So it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but it overheated. The coolant is
Overheated.
there. The coolant
Okay.
doesn't leak.
Okay.
So
Maybe sensor. Maybe the sensor is just giving false information. I don't know.
no, but
No.
if the car is showing some smoke, so
Smoke. Yeah.
So I did it. So I told him not to start the car. I would
Of course.
I would just call the
Yeah.
accompany the driver here,
Yeah.
and then let the mechanic take care of the car.
Yeah.
If it's the
What is the car?
2005 Suzuki Liana.
You said that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just 2005. Yeah.
It's
an old one. Yeah.
It's an old one.
Yeah.
It's over 200,000 kilometers. So even if we need to change the engine, then it's quite expected. He said that he got it like a week ago.
Yeah.
For like 1,500. So I told him, what did you expect?
Exactly. What do you expect from this 1500 thing? Yeah.
Yeah, probably he would need to spend another 1,000.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I mean, if we could fix it with the budget of like a 1,000 or maybe 1,500,
it's worth it. Yeah, but otherwise, otherwise doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah. If it doesn't exceed 1,500, then it's fine.
Yeah.
You would get a working, healthy car for a total of $3,000, which makes sense.
Yeah.
But if it's more than that,
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think they might be able to find but even the used one, it's not reliable if they want to use they use used parts.
Yeah.
Like from the wreckers. Because I had a car, and then it was actually the kilometer wasn't bad, like 110 something thousand, and it was Holden Cruise, but actually the old one it's made in Suzuki, so it's all part as Japanese.
Okay.
And what was a good car. And then I was doing all the inner servicing, everything. And one day I changed the brake pads.
Yeah.
And then, but unfortunately I didn't do the right thing when you do kind of when you finished doing, then you to press the pedals or whatever. So you need to press it very gently.
Yeah.
I press it hard, so I think I broke the piston in the so and then I couldn't find the part. So I couldn't find the part, and then I went to Holden. They said it's a
Suzuki.
Yeah, it's a Suzuki, but it's the old one. We don't have the part anymore, so it's you can't find it anywhere. And then I checked, maybe I find it in the wreckers, but I said okay, let's sell it. So I sold it for $1,000. But the car itself worth more than 4,000, because it was very clean, and they, the person, when I put it on Gumtree, takes maybe 1 hour to somebody said, okay, I'll come and buy it.
Probably a wrecker.
No, he said I'll fix it for my wife. He said I'm a mechanic, I know how to do it.
Okay.
Yeah. He said he checked the car and told him that the brake is working, but it's kind of a spongy. And then he said, okay, it doesn't matter. I'll fix it. I'll fix it. He said I think he can even fix the cylinder, the brakes, because I think when you don't press it properly, it will become, I think inside there's a kind of things, the part that you need to put them together again. You need to open it and then do it yourself. So I couldn't do it. I didn't have the right tools. And then he said, I'll do it. I'll fix it. Yeah. Even I think he can. I didn't have time to go for wreckers to find the part. So I said, okay, let's sell it. Yeah, I sold it. Yeah, but
and sometimes those things happen all of a sudden. But
it's sometimes it's dangerous if you drive a very old car that's it's not reliable. Yeah, let's say if it's break in the middle of highway, what will happen? It's so dangerous.
If it's old, but if it's properly taken care of.
Of course, it's alright, yeah.
But I'm not sure. This one friend of mine, I'm not sure where he got the car from.
Yeah, that's the problem.